Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode from Journal de Sylvie. Today I will share with you my 2023 planner setup. I will add some timestamps in case you prefer to go directly to one of the sections. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I would like to share with you is my new leather cover for my planner. There are plenty of unboxing videos for that particular brand, but really quick, everything came as advertised. They do add some nice small details in the package. Most important one was this small tag briefing the story of the founder, a very touching story that definitely helped me to appreciate the legacy. A letter, I'll see how I can translate this one because it was in Turkish. They did send this nice card, vintage travel theme. It says, "What you seek is seeking you," and that fabric little pouch, which I thought it's a very nice detail, and it was hosting some Turkish coffee, Earl Grey, my favorite tea. I think this is lemon tea. They do add a 10% off the next purchase, and this little nice handmade leather tag, maybe you can hang on your backpack or pouch. So I appreciate all the details, it was very nice. And moving on now to the cover itself. So now coming to why I picked that particular one, for two reasons. Number one, I never had any leather cover with a zipper, so I thought that's a very nice feature to keep things compacted and secure. So in case you're taking your planner outside home, instead of just dropping it in your bag, this is like a secured wallet for it. So I thought the zipper is a new and nice feature to have. But the second and more important reason I picked this particular one is that it is designed to host the small and slim Hobonichi, but also it's capable to host the standard size of inserts. So even that I transferred my planning system to the Hobonichi, I'm still a frequent heavy user for this size, whether it's Traveler's Company or any other brand. This is what I use for travel journal, nature journal, field setup, my literature journal for favorite passages of the books and so on. So definitely that was something that made this purchase more functional and cost effective, that it's capable to host both sizes. For now, I'm using it for my planner. The design itself is on the left-hand side card slots, so I believe this is designed this way maybe to for some people to use it as planner and wallet. I'm not using this as a wallet, so I'm using the card slots to put some post-its that I use for my planner, some small aesthetics. Your productive planning space needs to be also motivating, so add small inspiring touch to, keep you going. For the card slots, they are standard size with the exception of the first one. It's kind of deeper, like it goes 3/4 all the way to here. And then we have a pocket on that side and an equal one on the opposite side, and this one on the right hand side is what I use to add my planner. So I pick the hardcover and push it here. I push it a little bit up so the bookmarks don't tangle with the zipper. And then the last slot we have here is this half open one on the right hand side. You of course have a space for your pen. It's a very nice design. There is an outside kind of narrow pocket for in addition. So I really like it. I like the quality. Everything, as I said, is as advertised. Now moving on to the accessories that I use for my 2023 planner. So I thought I need to complement my planner with some useful accessories. So the first one I got from Hobonichi was this little stencil ruler, they call it, I believe. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, that's very light. For some reason, I thought when I purchased it, it will be like bigger. But then I realized it is a plus that it is designed this way. because you don't want something to add weight, right? So it is perfect. I keep it here where is the first card slot, which is the deeper one, and it reaches all the way and it stops enough to leave a space to pick it from. However, if you don't have that setup and you don't have that pocket option, I highly recommend to add this one, if you have it, at the very end of your planner. So anytime you purchase a Hobonichi planner, it comes with this sticker, transparent sticker that serves as a pocket, and I think this is a perfect place to put it and hold it in your planner in case you don't have a leather cover. The second useful accessory I got is this writing board, which is designed particularly for the Hobonichi size. It's a very simple one, very practical one, and it has a tag of today, so you can also use it to mark the week. So in this setup, it's very easy to access it from this half open slot, but if you don't have it, I tried many times to leave it in the planner itself and it did not fall or anything, so that worked too, and you can always see the tag of today from the top. The third accessories that I got from Hobonichi was this notebooks, extra notebooks, and I keep them in this pocket over here. Actually, they came a set of 3, and I thought they look nice, and the design, they're quite slim though. The design is grid with a margin, so I thought, yeah, that's extra notebooks, why not? But I think I will be able to evaluate their functionality better maybe in the quarterly planner review. So for now, I keep those 2 here in this pocket, and I leave one of them with the extra pocket that comes with my leather cover. So maybe we pick the red for some contrast. Additional accessories will be starting with what I write with. So I learned that the Hobonichi is perfect for fountain pens. I'm not a fountain pen writer and I'm not an expert. So if you are like me, I found this fantastic combination of Micron, the 01s, which is 0.25 millimeter. I'll try to leave the link to this below. It's perfect. It's 6 colors. It's pretty compacted. It's not too little, like just black and red, and it's not too much like a huge color set. It's all you need from colors. They have green, red, black, blue, purple, and brown. So I use a lot of color coding when it comes to planning because it helps me to be organized with my project. So I thought this is the perfect set. Moving on to the last accessories, which is the decorative part of things. Of course, you can always do drawings and, but if you want to add some aesthetics to it, there are 2 types of stickers that I'm using. The first, stickers taken from the Traveler's Notebook. So Traveler's company, they do sell planner stickers, and the good thing is that you can purchase this separate from the planner, so you don't have to buy their planners to get access to their stickers. But I'm sure there are plenty of other brands that designed stickers to, highlight and mark your calendar. So like this color small stickers for important days, alphabetic transfer stickers, monthly and weekly tags. Here are all the set. So this is something that I use to decorate my planner. I'll show you how in a minute. They also have the stickers where you can mark certain events, musical events, restaurants, and so on. But if you don't have that option, I highly recommend transfer stickers. So what happens here is that because of the delicacy of the paper, it's very thin and delicate, you don't need anything thick that is heavier than the paper itself. So transfer stickers are a perfect option for that. The one you scratch. It's very useful. Or stickers of a very small but also a slim nature, like this type of stickers. So that was when it comes to decorating and the accessories I use associated to my planner. Now moving on to the setup itself. So I picked particularly that design. I thought I like the combination black, white and gold. They provide you a brief about the artist who designed that particular edition. I thought it fits perfectly what I like. And in case you don't want any of the designs, they do have a wide collection of just solid colors, so you can pick just your favorite color. Now, to start with, this is the cover page. Again, I use those very light stickers. You see, it doesn't add any thickness to my planner, and I kept the black and white theme. I do have a video kind of explaining in detail each page and features, but this is your 3 years at a glance, current, previous and following. The current entire year at a glance, which is perfect for travel planning and trackers. And then the monthly setup starts. So I did use the numbered tags on the upper horizontal side to highlight, or quick access to each month. It was a bit tricky to add them though, because of how delicate is the paper and small stickers, but I really liked the way it came out finally. They offer you 3 months from the following year. This is not tagged, there is no need and no space as well. And then once this finishes, the weekly spreads start. So the weekly, for my setup, I do prefer, this is my favorite layout, even when I was working with the Travelers Company Planner, which is on the left-hand side. I have the horizontal weekly layout and then a blank memo here. I do not have one way to design that blank memo. Sometimes it's weekly tasks, sometimes it's more artistic, it depends on the dynamics of the week. I guess maybe in the quarterly review I could share my most functional ones. So for the weekly spreads, I added monthly tags here to highlight the beginning or the first week of each month. So for example, if I take May, it starts here May 1st. And if your week overlaps between 2 months, just add the tag where it says the first of the following, because you want your tag to highlight the beginning of that given month. Once this section is done, we start the very interesting part and benefit from the features that the Hobonichi offers you. And this is the section where I tagged as memo. So this section here starts with useful abbreviations, which I thought is very relevant to the Hobonichi due to its compacted style in general. You will definitely benefit from using abbreviations, and this is a style in note-taking. I did mention this in the note-taking video, to use abbreviations. It's an efficient way to take notes, save space and time. And then starts the section which is made of 75 grid with a margin, numbered pages, lots of space for lots of writing. I love this section. I really appreciated the fact that they gave you a space to create your table of content or your indexing system, because one thing is you add notes. It's important to capture your notes, but it's also as important to be able to retrieve it. Adding the name of the topic and the page number will give you a quick access to it. So how do I use this space of 75 pages? This will be for, I don't add here groceries lists. Of course, you can do like to-do list or groceries list, but I don't use it for that purpose. I use it for my yearly projects. So now I will give you some examples of what type of projects you can add in this space. It can be financial and expenses tracking. Very good to do that, and remember to add the topic and the page number. You can create projects for things you want to do when it comes to your hobby. Books you want to read, things I want to journal about, projects related to my house, things I want to buy or add. Anything you want to do to your house, to your creative space, your hobby, your health, maybe a physical or a mental health routine, and so on. So it's a perfect space for that. Following that section comes the last part, which I tagged as information. So it starts with this template, I believe that you can log your own measurement. It says that use parts of your body or common items around you to estimate measurements. Nice to have, not must to have. But then it starts here getting more interesting. You have 2 pages to list rankings for your favorite movies, books, music, restaurants, events, and so on. So you have total of 14 slots, and I think this is very nice because part of your year planning is also what you read and what you watched along that year. So this is very nice, and it also gives you a space to kind of review it. I love it. And think about the time you save to create a template like this. And this is my #1 favorite template that came with the Hobonichi, which is my 100. It's a list of up to 100 entries for anything you want. Things to accomplish this year, books you've read, movies you've seen, anything. So whatever is your favorite, you can give it a title, and then you record your 100. For me personally, I will use this for logging my objective to listen to 100 audio novels. I love it. And again, I will spare a lot of time using this template rather than just creating it from scratch manually. You have also my favorite things, which is a page to list the things you love right now or share with family and friends. They pretty much cover a lot of the activities: books, music, comics, letter, number, word, your favorite proverb. It's a nice one. Then we have these 2 pages to enjoy better conversation. I think it's nice to have, not must have. The before last practical one is your 365 days check off sheet. So here we go. You have your 365 tags representing each day of the year that you can choose to color code based on your preference. You have a space for 5 addresses, maybe your emergency contacts, maybe addresses that you use frequently to ship things to, or add in an application of the airport. So I thought that's practical because sometimes we don't have access to our phones. And finally, you have a space to add your own contacts, you know, in case it's lost or something. I think this section was very useful with very practical templates that definitely saved you time instead of creating it from scratch. You do have 2 bookmarks, so even if you don't have those tags, that will be a good to use one to mark the current month and the second one to mark the current week. So that was it. I will see you in the next video for 2023, and thank you for watching. Happy journaling.